Oh, Lord. Oh my goodness. Let me adjust this webcam situation. Hi, guys. Uh, mm. I always try to line it up with the. Okay. Hi, guys. Yay. No, now that feels crooked. Okay. I'm going to do this. We're here. We're going into it. Day 3 of the love routine. We've got Willow here. She's been playing these past couple of minutes. She's been all over the place. I've got my glasses on because right after this, I'm most likely going to take a nap because I want to take a nap. So hello to everyone who's joining the live. I will be leaving these 30 days of updates. I will be leaving them on the membership. Or no, actually, I'll be leaving them on not only the membership, I'll do all of the just the public lives. Hi 59. Hi, hello. Okay, so let's get straight into it. I wanted to just do a recap on what is happening today. I'm going to be seeing some friends later on today. I did my meditation this morning, and I've been doing the meditation for a couple of weeks now, so I don't feel very like as elated as I once did in the beginning of the meditations. That's how I know that it's also working because again, when I first started doing this love meditation and have been doing the affirmations, it felt overwhelming. And the joy, the appreciation that I felt was overwhelming. Like I would cry, I would have tears. Hi, MR. I would have like a bunch of different sensations going through my body, and it was just very overwhelming. Now I've gotten to the point where day 3, but like not really day 3 of the meditation. Really, I'm a couple weeks into it, and I've noticed that my vibration is definitely constant now. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still doing the same techniques. Kind of just like really allowing myself to try new things when I'm in the meditation, but then also still trying to reach for that good feeling, right? So I'm putting a lot of focus in on how I want to feel and how this meditation is getting me in the proper space. But as of right now, I'd probably say that I'm like a 7 in on a scale of 1 to 10, like high being super high would be like a 10, and right now I'm at a 7. What are you guys at? Just let me know. You can 1 through 10 tell me how you guys are feeling today. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm kind of just cruising. I don't have any complaints. I also am just like, it's all good. But one thing that I wanted to express in this video is that if you are ever feeling wonky, or if you're ever feeling that you aren't as high, right? Like you want to feel good. You want to feel good, but you're just like, I can't really get there right now. I can't feel better. I don't want to think better thoughts, and I don't feel like thinking better thoughts. Sometimes it's just better to take a nap, or just give yourself a break and do something else that is distracting. 6.5. Yeah, that's like where I'm at as well. It's not a bad thing either. Like I embrace all of the different levels and the different numbers of feeling good, but actually should feel 8 at least. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I think because right now I'm at a 7, and I'm like, yeah, throughout the day and certain parts of the day, I've been a 10 or I've been a 9. So like earlier on today, I was working with a client and felt like a 10. So whenever I'm talking to you guys, I always feel much better. Hi, Cloudy. Hi. But I say all that because your day and how constant you are, your frequency, it does matter. So, like right now, in at 1:03 p.m. in this moment, I'm not going to push myself. I'm not going to tell myself that I need to feel better or that I need to get somewhere. I'm most likely like again after this session, I'm just going to take a nap, cuddle with Willow, and just relax. Um, and I encourage everyone who does this type of process and who does this type of energy work. I encourage them to do the same thing because if you don't and you keep pushing yourself and you go beyond your feeling state and you don't respect your feeling state, then that's how we can kind of move the pendulum. And the pendulum that I'm referring to is kind of think of like a scale, right? Or think of a stick, and there's two ends to the stick. If you are feeling that you need to push yourself to be happy, or that you need to push yourself to do more things, or that you should be in a certain place, then you're actually taking that stick or that pendulum. Let's use the pendulum actually. When you're pushing it this way, then it's actually going to cause it to swing more in the opposite direction. You don't really want that. Hi, R. You don't really want that. And if you're feeling wonky, then actually a part of your self concept and a part of a very strong self concept is being able to know your limits. Being able to know when to just say, okay, reading a book is actually going to be my benefit right now. Taking a nap, making some food for myself, that's going to be the best thing for me. And this is also bringing me to the words of Bashar, because Bashar says to act on your highest passion to the best of your ability till you can do it no further. You can take it no further. And you do this with no expectation. Okay. You remain in a positive or neutral at best state. And the reason why this formula is effective is because in moments like this, where if you're feeling wonky, you don't, this is the best that you can do, right? This is the best that you can do following your passion, maybe having like a nice frequency song in the background or having affirmations play on in the background while you take a nap. That's probably the best that I can do right now. So, yeah, and I know that later on in the day, I'll be feeling much better. I'll be feeling more active. There's a season for everything. There's a season to sleep, to be awake and alert. There's a season for everything. So, yeah, that's also another reason why I got off of caffeine is because I wanted to have a better sense of my feeling state, and caffeine will it literally blocks some receptors in your brain, the triggers of sleep, right? If you feel tired. So I really wanted to become more constant, more stable in knowing where I was at energetically. And that's one of the biggest decisions. It was difficult at first. So anybody who wants to try that for themselves, it will feel difficult because when you first start, you're essentially stealing energy every time that you have something like coffee, and coffee is my main one. I wanna talk about coffee specifically. I don't get the same experience when I have matcha or when I have even black tea, but something about coffee and the caffeine in coffee is much higher, and I noticed that you end up taking energy from whatever you have for the day and you condense it all in that moment. And so it's kind of like a credit card. Coffee is like a credit card. And so I got to this point where I was taking so much energy and then it became my new normal. I couldn't function without the caffeine. And then I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm at this place where I feel very dependent. So yeah, now I'm a lot more in tune with my body and a lot more in tune with the times that I do need to take a nap and then the times that I have lots of energy and I have a lots of creativity, which has been really nice. So that's a little tangent, but if you are ever feeling wonky, it's okay. The best thing to do when you are feeling wonky is to give yourself grace and to allow yourself to be in whatever moment that you're in and feel the emotion. Don't suppress it. And then just be like, okay, this is where I'm at right now. It'll get better. This too shall pass. And it's all gonna work out. I'm a caffeine addicted person too. Yeah, I am very proud to say I'm proud of it that I am no longer drinking coffee the way that I used to. I think it's also for me, and any female that's on here who has been diagnosed with PCOS, I was diagnosed with that and I fully healed that when I started taking like vitamins and nutrients for that. And another thing that I've noticed is that I end up getting like cysts when I'm drinking caffeine because it has a lot to do with the stress factor and the stress hormone. Caffeine like pumps you up, and so it gives you, um, it taxes your adrenal glands more than it would normally if you were to go without it. So I know that pretty much the majority of adults have caffeine anyway. So I'm not trying to convince anyone to get off of coffee, but I have noticed a really big difference. And yeah, now I'm able to just be a bit more constant. But yeah, that's all I've got. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Day 3 into the routine. Let me have a sip of water here. This has my name on it. My mom got this for me as a gift. I think that's it though. That's all I had to share. And this is going to be a short live. I already knew this going in, and it's probably going to remain not short, but over these next couple of days, since I'm going to be posting more consistently and every day, I'll just probably have less to say, but who knows? Who knows? Again, the meditation that I did this morning. Oh, wait. I do have to tell you guys something. I do have to tell you guys something because I did the meditation this morning and I was like feeling okay. It didn't shift my mood that much, which again, I'm not putting a bad or good feeling on it because I know that when you practice something over and over and over again that you're just going to become more consistent with it. So, I had a dream last night, and in this dream there was a lot of different things going on. Quite a bit. Um And so I was in different scenes and it wasn't lucid because I couldn't control very much of it, but sometimes I would go in and out of the dream and be like, "Oh, I have control over this. I can control this," but, like, it still wouldn't allow me to control it, so it was very interesting. The dream was me in a classroom setting, and I had, like, one of my good friends, he was giving me answers to this test, and then there's this person that comes into my experience, comes into my dreams a lot. And it's a specific person and somebody that I was really good friends with. And then, like, I don't know, we don't talk anymore. Right. And he comes into my dreams especially when I start doing meditations like this and subliminals. Let me know if you guys have experienced this where you do subliminals and then you have weird dreams afterwards. But yeah, I've just noted. So in the dream, he was he was, like, saying that he was, like, giving excuses as to why we couldn't be friends, and the thing is, I wasn't asking to be friends, and so I just felt so misunderstood and frustrated, and that okay, what's weird is that a lot of the dreams I've had in the past about this person ended up coming to fruition. So, like, I had a romantic dream about this person, and then a couple months later, it happened. And then, like, we ended up like being in the same state together. Like, we're not even in the same state. So it was very interesting. And now that I'm having these dreams again, and I'm like, and they're in my experience, I'm like, like, what now? I felt like I felt like I had certainly moved on from having them in my reality. So I don't know if this is like a foreshadow, if this is a birds before land. I don't know how I want to assume this dream, is what I'm trying to say, guys. So let me know what you guys think about dreams, if they're accurate or not. Usually my dreams are pretty accurate. If the more realistic they seem, the more that they end up manifesting in my experience, but we'll see. That dream was like it was frustrating, but then it was also really relieving because I was sitting down taking this test and my friend who was next to me, he gave me all the answers so that I could just skate by the test. I don't know, it's very interesting. If there's somebody who also knows how to interpret dreams, let me know what that means. I can relate to PCOS and I think you mean acne? Cured acne, yeah. When I quit caffeine a few years ago, what vitamins do you take? Yeah, that's another thing too. My skin clears a lot when I quit caffeine. I take I have it right here. This is not sponsored. They should sponsor me though. So if anybody knows of anybody who works here or if they want to reach out to me, Brianna Lowe at Athena369.com. I'm like probably the longest standing customer of theirs. My history, my log, my log is strong. And it has chlorella, spirulina, dandelion extract. It's got milk thistle extract, matcha green tea powder, but there's no caffeine in it, if that makes sense. And if there is caffeine, it's probably like 1 milligram. Like it's a very small amount. Red clover extract. What else? Beet powder, Oregon grape powder. So yeah, it's got like a bunch of different stuff, and it helps with detoxifying. Detoxifying. I don't really think detoxifying is the best word. Kinda like anti-aging, it's like they play on words, but what it's really doing is adding, okay? So it's not what you're not taking, it's what you're adding into your life so that you can have the nutrients that are giving you what you need. Usually when you have clear skin, like you're giving yourself something, you're giving yourself a vitamin that allows you to be at your clearest skin texture and all that good stuff. Um, let's say IDK, I've been feeling like laughing since yesterday's live. Okay. I see you, MR. Yeah, same R. I see dreams as current vibe. Exactly. Or where I can potentially go. Yes. Or where I can go potentially. I see it the same way. I personally see dreams as a current reflection of my vibrations. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, if I had this dream was the person was like not wanting to be my friend and I was getting frustrated and I'm like, I didn't even ask to be friends. And I was like getting upset with him, then I don't know if that's accurate because I haven't spoken to them in such a long time. I'm like, okay, if they were to call me right now, how would I respond to them? Would I give them spice and sass? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But hmm, it's interesting. Why are you feeling wonky? I'm not necessarily feeling wonky, but I felt like that would be a good title for the video and how to overcome feeling wonky. I'm feeling pretty neutral right now. I had a dream last night that I got framed for murder and went to jail. Straight to jail. Wonder what that means. LOL. I don't know. Wait, hold on. There's a website. Let's see. Dream moods. It's called Dream Moods. You can type it into Google. Dreammoods.com. Let's see here. And let's type in the word jail. Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. You can accept or reject. Okay, again, this is dreammoods.com. Jail. To dream that you are in jail suggests that you are feeling restrained or censored in your work environment, relationship, or situation in your life. You are feeling confined and suffocated. Alternatively, it represents self punishment and guilt. You are involved in some wrongdoing. Ooh, the plot thickens. Ooh, does that sound on brand? If not, you can reject it. But Um, framed for murder, though, that's interesting because, and again, this is just a website, guys. This isn't even like my interpretation. This isn't what I would interpret for you, but let's see here. Murder. I'm gonna look up murder because being framed for murder is different. Would be a different interpretation than actually committing it. You know what I mean? So maybe like you're guilty of something that you didn't do. Okay, wait, hold on. I see it. I see it. I see it. Hold on. Okay. To dream that you have committed a murder indicates that you are putting an end to an old habit and a former way of thinking. This could also refer to an end to an addiction. Hmm. Okay. We're getting somewhere. The first part did. Okay. That's interesting. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Sandos, by the way. Um, okay, so let's see here. I had a dream that I was roller skating and then I started flying. I interpreted that as me letting go of limiting beliefs for sure. It's just the way you interpret things since everything is neutral. Exactly. Yeah. So when I felt that dream last night, I was like, not again. That was my initial reaction because I'm like, I am tired of seeing this man in my dreams. I'm done. I stopped smoking. Oh, okay, good for you. Good for you, Cloudy, if that is your preference. I see something romantic in your future, Athena, like a man will flirt with you tonight. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Could you please give some advice when feeling lost, no will, want to focus? I know this is ego and part of procrastination, but I am having a really hard time getting past this. Yes, of course. And then I also wanted to answer Sandos your question of how can you start feeling chosen? I have not forgotten about you. I will answer that. Um, so if you're feeling lost and you don't have the will to focus, then that's probably because the thought forms that you're having about the situation um, are uncomfortable, and feeling that uncomfortability is causing you to retract. It's causing you to want to either stay wherever you're at or like disassociate from the idea that you're having. Um, so when you're feeling lost or when you're feeling like you don't want to focus, you have to ask yourself, well, one thing that helps me is to ask myself what is my highest form of excitement in the moment? And what is something that I can do right now that is slightly more interesting than the next thing, right? Than this thought, okay? I posted a video, this was a couple of weeks back, on discipline and how discipline is usually seen as something that you have to do. Like you need to do this. Even something like this, where I'm like coming on here live every day, telling you guys, like giving you guys updates on my love routine. Some people can find that as being like strenuous, right? But if you have discipline, right, you have discipline and then you start talking to yourself in a way that is more for your benefit than it is not, that's how you overcome it. So it's really about soothing yourself. Sometimes, a lot of times, there are athletes, there are comedians, there are celebrities out there that don't necessarily want to do what is on the schedule for that day, and then discipline, which is basically the habit of doing what they do, that overrides, and that allows them to keep with the momentum that they've already established. And maybe they're not at 100%, everybody has bad days, but in the moments where you choose to do something even when you don't feel like it, that actually, I can argue, I can arguably, that matters more than the times that you're feeling super, super good and feeling motivated. Again, motivated is fleeting. And I feel like this topic can have its own live, because there is a difference between, acting on inspired action versus kind of just grudging through things. You don't want to do that. But there is a way to soothe yourself and allow yourself to feel better about the choices that you're making and stop procrastinating. So let me give you one very physical action item that you can do. It's called habit stacking. And habit stacking is when you pair something that you don't want to do with something that you do want to do. For example, I used to not be the biggest fan of laundry, but now whenever I do laundry on laundry days, I pair it with a podcast that I want to listen to or a TV show that I want to watch. And I make sure that I don't watch that thing. I don't listen to that podcast. I don't do that thing unless I'm doing the laundry. So I kind of make it fun and I give myself the time that laundry would typically take to listen to that thing or to watch that show. So that's one example of what habit stacking is. You can do this for other activities. So if you procrastinate with washing the dishes, you can say to yourself, all right, whenever I wash the dishes, I'm going to listen to this affirmation about money. And every time I do the dishes, I'm going to receive income. Like you can start to create a relationship with that said task and make it exciting for yourself. So that's like a very specific thing that you can do, action item. But yeah, usually if you lose focus or you procrastinate something, it's because there's thought forms, there's resistance that's making you feel like you're, whether it's worthiness, deservingness, capability, whatever that limiting belief is, it's like stopping you from doing that thing. How can I stay in the feeling state of feeling chosen? I would love to know how you stay in that vibration of being loved and chosen. So the vibration of chosen, right? The frequency of it. So I'm not used to having my glasses on, guys. So let's say you are, let's say your idea, your thing is, I want to feel chosen. And you're coming from this place of, I want to feel chosen because I'm tired of not feeling chosen. Okay. So that this is very normal. Okay. This is quite obvious. So if you're like, I want to feel chosen, then you have to be able to, one, accept that there is abundance. When you know that there is abundance, and two, that everything is working out for you, then you can start at a neutral foundation and soothe yourself into a higher thought form. So we're here, right? I Everything is working out for me and there's an abundance. I'm saying those two things because sometimes we don't realize how much we are chosen in our daily life. And so we have to start small. So if you really are just not feeling chosen, like absolutely there's no evidence in my life, that is false because there is abundance. There's always support. Okay. So you have to start here. Hi, divine. You have to start here. And then you have to ask yourself, in what ways am I chosen? And really give it to God. Like, in what ways am I chosen? In what ways am I loved? Show me the evidence. Because when you expect to see the evidence of something, you will receive just that. Okay. This is how the law of assumption works. An example of something that I do, even with the love meditation that I've been doing, I am expecting to see all of the love that is in my life. So maybe I don't have a specific person, a consistent specific person in my life, but I can tune into the love that my cat gives me, who is grooming herself. I can tap into the love of my family members and my siblings. I can tap into the love that this shirt is giving me. Like this shirt desires me. It desires me because I desire it. I desire to wear it. There's an abundance of love everywhere. And so, yes, if you have not been practicing that vibration, then it's best to start small and then to work your way into really feeling in tune with that. Chosen. Let's use chosen as the frequency. I want you to think about Any time in your life where you felt really chosen, and focus in on what that experience was, and be detailed with it. Think of how that experience made you feel. And this is what I love about the past. This is how you use the past to benefit you. Because if you can think about a past time where you were chosen, fully supported, and you relive that time, you are bringing it into the present moment. So the past, like thinking about the past is actually not a bad thing. You can, you can revise things, you can create in your imagination by using your past experiences in the now moment, and you can create more of it. So something even in the love meditation that I'm doing, the Aaron, he's like, I want you to think about a time in your past where you loved, where you were fully loved. Think of a time that was filled with a lot of love. You can do that with any frequency. Think of a time where you had a lot of fun. Fun is a really good frequency to be in tune with. Think of a time where you laughed a lot. That's a really good, like I can even feel it. I can feel it. Um, Choose that frequency and then start reminding yourself of past experiences, anything that will aid you, and it'll bring more of it. It'll gain momentum, and then it'll create. It'll continue to create. I'm here listening to you while you while not sleeping, sweeping. Yeah, see, and I do that too. I'll listen to certain people on YouTube and do other things. I will I clean out my car. I'll do certain things that I wouldn't deem the most exciting thing. But during those times where you're cleaning or you're um, like organizing something, those times are really precious. Like, do not take those times for granted because that's usually when your mind is focused on the solution instead of the problem. Abraham Hicks calls this segment intending, where you take a moment of your day, right? Each moment that you have, brushing your teeth is a segment, washing your face is another segment, going into your room and seeing your cat, that's another segment. So each segment that you are in, each like little moment that's in your life, you can take that and really focus in on the present moment and be be there in that moment and find satisfaction in it. The more satisfaction that you find in your life, the more experiences will stem and produce satisfaction. Hi, listening from France. Oh, what part? That's so fun. This week, I consciously manifested new job, money, and a date for my best friend. Amazing. All this week since listening to you. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy for you. Just ordered Neville's books. Yeah. Neville's books will change your life. I'm also so excited for you. I'm glad that this information is resonating. So yay. Good for you. Pat yourself on the back. That's amazing. I'm listening to you while coloring and I love it. Ooh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, I would love to do something like that. Yeah, I might do that next time when I'm listening to whoever I want to listen to. But yeah, um I think that's all I have to say in this live. I know I said that probably 15 minutes ago, but I did have to tell you guys my dream because I did find that very interesting. I'll continue to have more dreams. I already know it because I'm just in that vibration right now. So, again, if you guys are new, I have been doing a routine every day. I created new affirmations for myself that I want to implement. One of them is I'm irresistible, irreplaceable, and unforgettable. That's my first affirmation. The second affirmation is I have more money than I can spend. Like, ugh, like I have too much of it. And then the third one is I love being a blank. And whichever one works for you, if you want to do this with me, you can do it too. So if you want to say boyfriend, husband, CEO, I love being a blank, like that's your identity. So I am sinking into an identity that I prefer and reminding myself of that reality that already exists. It already exists. So right now, I'm just reminding myself and putting awareness on a reality that is already happening right now. And that's how I perceive things, which is really big. I'm not thinking of it, I'm thinking from it. I'm thinking, this is already here for me. All I have to do is remind myself that this exists for me and that God, no respecter of persons, if I decide that this is my reality and I assume it to be true, then by law, it has to be given to me. There's no ifs, ands, maybe, potentially, possibly. If I decide and I keep putting my awareness on it, then it's done. Like I'm in it right now every time that I put awareness on it. And another thing, I love manifesting for other people too. I love that. It's just so fun, right? It's very refreshing, very satisfactory, very satisfactory. Hi, never caught alive. I'm listening from Germany. Your energy is so calming. Thank you. Hi, Linda. Good to hear from you. I'm glad that you joined this live. Also, Nanette, I need to know, is this like a coloring book or are you an artist and you just freestyle? I need to know because I've been looking into coloring books. I'm not I don't I don't want to assume that I don't know how to draw. I think if I practiced, I would know, but I have not had that inspiration yet. I love Germany too. I love all of these like everybody who's not in the States. I mean, I love all the people in the States too, but everybody who's not in the States and are on different like timelines, literally, like it's a different time on the earth. It's just so cool. Coloring book. Oh, okay. Okay. My nephew's left it on my table and I'm coloring it. That's so nice. Yeah, that's another great thing about being with kids because I do that too with my nieces and nephews. It's just like a good time to do your own thing while taking their stuff and being a kid again. Oh my goodness. It's 2 wait, R, where are you located? It's 2:35 AM. Oh my goodness. You're a night owl, huh? That's funny. Well, Willow, she doesn't have very much to say. Again, I tried clipping her nails this morning and I only got 2. I only got 2 of them, but I'm gonna go in there again, get my assumptions right. Because seriously, she is like, ever since I've had her, this is a very established assumption that she does not like her nails cut. And she just lets them grow out. Like I have this cat scratcher thing for her and she does not use it. She is just she is something else. So now I'm having to rewire my mind to where she enjoys getting her nails cut. And it does work. It does work, but I have to focus. I have to focus my thoughts and I have to whip them into shape. Do I go live daily? I am going live for this month of November on a daily basis. So we'll see how it goes because I wanted to give you guys real time updates on what's happening. And again, if you're feeling wonky, like I'm not really feeling wonky, but I am feeling very neutral. Like, you know, I'm chilling right now. Willow is so beautiful. Thank you. She knows it. She knows it. Do you guys see her tail? So whenever her tail does that, she's agreeing. That little movement right there. Wait. Yeah, she agrees. Hi. Hi, dear. Yeah. But anyway, Okay, that's all I've got as of right now. If you guys don't have any other questions, then we'll end it here on this note. And I will give you guys another update tomorrow on what's going on. I'm going out tonight. I'm not going to be, well, you never know. You never know who I'll run into, but I'm going out tonight. So we'll see what happens. How how wonderful would it be if after, well, during the 30 days, I have content for you guys. Like I have something that's like big news. How exciting would that be? If I was like, "Oh," I just like lifted up my hand and I'm like, "Oh, have a rock for you guys." How fun, right? Isn't it wonderful? I can use my imagination and we'll see what happens. Is not wanting SP normal? Like I kind of swing back and forth. It is normal. Usually you're if you're swinging like that from wanting them to not wanting them, then you're swinging from having them to not having them. It's very interesting. Usually like a neutral state like this, what I'm talking about, I feel like usually when you get into a neutral space like this, then that means that you're in the state of having it because you're not wanting it as much. However, that doesn't mean that you can't think about them and they can't still give you those really nice feelings. It's just like I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine already being with a specific person and it's been, let's do 15. It's been 15 years later. 15 years later. And you're thinking like you put yourself in your scene with your person and it's been 15 years. Like there's definitely a stable energy to that. Okay? It's like two best friends that are romantically interested in each other that are just chilling, you know? So when you're swinging back and forth, like I don't, at this point in my life, I don't like the anxious feeling, like when you feel anxious about somebody or when you feel nervous or like, I don't like those feelings. Not that being excited to see someone, those are two. So like excited and being anxious, they can kind of blend in with each other. But what I'm talking about is like, you're excited to see the person. You're like, okay, we're going to have so much fun. And then there's the anxious where it's like, I wonder if this person likes me. Like, I wonder if I make a good impression. I don't like that feeling. I I had to leave that feeling in the past a while back. How do you stabilize that? Using your imagination is going to be the best way to stabilize it. And by meditating, by clearing your mind so that you can allow yourself to rise in consciousness. It's a very simple answer, I know, and sometimes it's a bit redundant, but that is the best way to stabilize. And then you'll end up taking actions that help you stabilize even more. So when you're when you have like a routine for yourself and you're meditating, you have a routine for yourself, you're doing acts of gratitude or like you're writing down a list of gratitude, um, that becomes your new normal. And I'm going to leave it on this note. I think that's the biggest thing that needs to be acknowledged in doing this type of work is that you're creating a new normal for yourself. So even if you were to do a diet, right? A lot of nutritionists they say this to choose a diet that's sustainable for you. They know they say this because they know that there's yo-yo dieting. There's people that will do something for like 2 weeks at a time and then they go back to it. But this is literally a new way of thinking. You are changing your neural pathways. You are completely shifting up the way that you think about things. The way that I think about my health and my body is completely different than the version of myself who was dealing with a lot of like multiple eating disorders, right? So that version of myself still exists, but the thought forms that I entertain now I am like it's a completely different reality. I it would take work to get back there, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I am so different than how I used to be that it doesn't even bother me to talk about it anymore. Like those people, if they've freshly gotten out of a relationship, it's like hard for them to talk about because they're not healed from it. If you're healed from something, then it usually doesn't bother you to talk about certain situations. So that's also a really good indicator if you've changed and if you've stabilized yourself. But yeah, this is all like this is what I'm going for. I'm going for a new stable and sustainable way of living. Like I really want to make this because I don't want to be doing something and then manifest the person and then be anxious about keeping it. That is something that I don't want to do, which is why I haven't been oh, the dogs are gonna bark. Which is why I also haven't been advocating for like the which is why I haven't been saying that I'm gonna be doing like the robotic affirmations all throughout the day because I genuinely just want to create if it takes me however long it needs to take me, then that's how long it's going to take me. Like I really do not care about the timeline right now. I just want to get what I want exactly how I want it, the way that source knows how to give it to me and that is going to take step by step. Because I mean, really, truly, you can go to the gym for 12 hours in a day and exhaust yourself and then feel like you've done something. The next day be super sore, but then you don't have no motivation to go back. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to that's a perfect example for something like drilling something into your head, trying to flip your thoughts, like doing that all the time. It's just not satisfactory. So what I'm trying to do right now is make little small steps towards the life, the lifestyle that I want to embody. And I don't want it to go away. I want it to remain consistent. So, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Before I take my nap, I'll say my affirmations probably for about 10 minutes, and then I'll go to bed. I'm going to relax, and then I'll do it once before I go to bed, and then that's it. So, yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a wonderful, blessed day. Okay, bye.